Hey y'all, it's Asha Dawson, founder and lead planner of Event Productions by Jen here in Atlanta, Georgia. And today we're going to talk about the question: am I a bridezilla? Let's get into it. So, let's talk about what it means to be a bridezilla. Let's get a definition, a working definition of bridezilla. A bridezilla, colloquially known as an overbearing bride, is a woman who has gone to the extreme lengths to communicate her wishes and desires for her wedding day and has unreasonable expectations of others, to put it plainly. Okay. So that is all very vague, right? Because on one hand, girl, it's your day. Like, it's your day. And people are here to surround you. And then on the other hand, there is life after a wedding. And you can't just treat people any kind of way. Okay. So I wanted to come up with a few hypotheticals / real scenarios that have happened that I have seen behind the scenes with brides, to give you as examples and help you determine whether you think that's bridezilla behavior or whether it's fine. Okay. So let's start with our first example. A venue is uncooperative throughout the planning process. They have staff that leans incompetent. You don't have much faith that things are getting done when you ask them to get done. The wedding day comes along, and you, the bride, are getting your makeup and hair done. And then, with face mask on, full like pajamas, all of the attire of getting ready, you go out into the hallway. Ask the hotel staff, are you doing X, Y, and Z that I asked you to do? Ceremony starts in about 3 hours. And you have a wedding planner. Let's see. Is that bridezilla behavior? Give you a chance to think about it. Okay. This is actually a trick question, okay? The answer is yes and no. Yes and no, okay? One, it is a yes because it is absurd to be out there underdressed, dealing with logistics hours before your ceremony, basically bossing people around. That is a lot, right? If you have a wedding planner that is 100% their job, as a bride, you should be talking to your wedding planner only, and letting them take charge on that. That is stepping on the toes of a wedding planner's job. However, she wouldn't be that way without reason. If the staff has been letting you down at that venue, that's not bridezilla behavior. That's smart. Because you don't want guests to show up and there's no chairs in the ceremony. There's no dance floor at your reception, right? That is also a reasonable reaction to have with staff that you cannot trust. Okay. So I just want to name, I gave you a hardball the first time. So the answer is yes and no. Okay. Let's fast forward to the next one. Bride has a moment where they are upset with one of their bridesmaids because the bridesmaid has decided to go off and go to some undisclosed location with her husband. Here's the problem. They have a small child. So you don't know if she's leaving because they're handling things with their kid. But this bridesmaid has a reputation and has a pattern of just running off and being unavailable for random amounts of time when you may need her. The bride goes off and has this moment with this bridesmaid on her wedding day and says, look, you're unsupporting me. I don't want to deal with this. You always let me down. Don't even worry about being in the ceremony. Don't even worry about it. I don't want you in it. Okay. Let me let you think about that one. All right. Ding, 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 ding. That is Bridezilla behavior. And here is why, okay? That is Bridezilla behavior because the bride was justified in her feelings. Very, very much justified. But her actions were unfair. One, the bridesmaid has a young child, okay? So you cannot expect a mom to have the same availability as a bridesmaid who does not have a child. First and foremost, right? You as the bride should have thought that one through a bit more and managed your expectations. Second reason why you're a bridezilla in that situation is because that bridesmaid has likely invested a lot of money already to have this special role in your day, okay? She's paid for that dress probably and the accessories. She may have come in town or to come to the wedding only because you asked her to be in it. She's probably spent money on your bridal shower or a bachelorette. She's invested a lot into this process because you asked her to be a bridesmaid. And so to take away the biggest moment of being a bridesmaid, walking down the aisle, standing at the altar with you, that is very, very hurtful. It's very hurtful. And those are the kinds of things and feelings that carry over beyond your wedding day, right? Even if she were absent in a few integral moments, which can be incredibly frustrating, right? Because she's supposed to be present. The long-term consequence of that is usually not worth it. It's not worth it at all. So keep that in mind. And this is a woman who would be close to you if you asked her to be in your wedding, right? So there will be fallout from this beyond your wedding day. So I say all this to say, if you find yourself thinking or empathizing more with the actions of the bride in the second question, you might be a bridezilla. If you see the complexity and the layers of all of this and you're thinking critically about these actions, good news, you are not a bridezilla yet. But anyways, leave some feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear any hypotheticals that y'all have seen, or if you've been in a wedding, or if you feel like you are spiraling in bridezilla ways and you're like, I don't know if this is appropriate. This is what I'm thinking. What do y'all think? I would love to keep this conversation going. But anyways, have a great, great, great rest of your day. We'll chat soon.